so we kind of messed up yesterday. Yeah. So, I want to keep this hot. Okay. So day 3 did not go. It was okay. Day 3 was okay. It was not, I think I got like a glimpse of like the future of like what sleep training can do. And I just happened to get that like almost night 1, night 2. And now I'm like, which I know it works. So it's like, okay, cool. But I obviously I guess you have to expect, not everything's going to go perfect. So yesterday, we did really good in the morning. The morning nap was great. My daughter's like super attached to me. And so, I ran out of the house. I had to run a couple errands and she screamed while I was gone the entire time for like an hour and a half, you guys. Like, she loves mom. So I'm telling you, like, we are together a lot, 24/7. And so, I just went away and she just cried. So the hour and a half of crying while mom was gone totally threw us off. Like, it threw us off. I'm like, this is never going to happen again because I just can't handle this. So I feel like maybe if that wouldn't have happened, maybe this wouldn't have happened. But I'm like, you know what? I was talking to a couple friends and they were saying how like this is pretty normal, like for it to not always go great, especially because like sleep training is like a 14-day process. Sorry, I'm trying to keep my coffee hot. It's like a 14-day thing. So we're on day 3. So it sounds like, okay. So what happened was she was supposed to go down at 2, but she had been crying. Like, she was literally just exhausted from crying and like upset that I left her, that, I think she thought that I was going to leave her again. And so, she was supposed to go down at 2. So I'm thinking, okay, she's tired. I got back at like 1:30. I'm like, okay, I'm going to put her down at 1:45. It's going to be fine. So we went in her room, did the, nap time routine, which is, the nap time routine is just like dimming the lights. And, sometimes I'll put like lavender lotion on her and then I'll put her in the sleep suit and we turn on the sound machine or we'll play some music and then we read a book. And then, I feed her sometimes if she hasn't eaten, it just depends, like, and then she goes, and then I make sure she's awake and I put her in the crib and she was like literally sleeping. You guys, like, she almost fell asleep on the boob. She's so tired at 2 o'clock. Dude, she was so tired, like so tired, 2 o'clock. I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be great. She's going to sleep for 2 hours. Like, I was literally expecting her to sleep for 2 hours. Like, this is going to be the best nap time ever. And so, and I lay her down and she's so tired. I make sure she's drowsy, but she's awake. And I lay her down. Dude, she screams her head off. Like, she starts crying. Well, I leave the room, starts screaming. So 5 minutes later, went in there, consoled her, whatever. And then 5 minutes later, my husband went in there and I had to run more errands. So I left. So I was like, babe, like, I gotta, like, can you take her? So, and she didn't go down for a nap for 30 minutes. So it was like every 5 minutes we went in there, consoled her. And I didn't do it, my husband did, but she literally did not go to sleep till 2:30 p.m. And normally she doesn't sleep by 2. And then I was like, okay, that's totally fine. Like, she's gonna sleep for 2 hours, and she didn't. So she only slept till 3:30, which kind of like, so really she slept from 2:30 to 3:30. She only slept for maybe an hour. And she's so tired. So it kind of like, it just, like, I feel like that nap threw off the bedtime. So you're supposed to wake 3 waking hours at least before she goes to bed. Maybe I should have put her to sleep earlier. Now I'm thinking about it. But so she woke up at 3:30 and then we started our bedtime routine, which is always normally at 6:45, started the bedtime, which is bath. We did a bath and she loved the bath. She took like a 15-minute bath and she normally hates a bath. So that's weird. And then, lotion, sleep suit. We played a nursery song and then put on the sound machine, fed her. She's exhausted at this point. And dude, this was the worst night that we've had. It was not fun. It was not a fun night. It's fine. Nursed her. She's exhausted. I don't know what was wrong, but I know it's got to be part of the process. Like, nothing in life is always easy, right? And so, I put her down and then I nursed her and then she was drowsy, laid her down and she cried. and I left the room. Like, she was literally about to sleep. Like, I thought, I was like, oh my God, she literally like was sleeping for like a minute. And then she realized that I wasn't there and she cried. And so then I went back in 5 minutes, consoled her, went out, and it took a whole hour. Literally, this was the worst night. Because even night one, it only took 30 minutes to go to sleep. This is the third night, and now it took a whole hour. She finally, well, you guys, she fell asleep, dude, at 8 o'clock. She finally went to sleep, but you know how she went to sleep? What she's doing right now is she's like laying down. What? Hey, don't turn that very loud because I'm on a video. She laid down in her crib and she's sleeping, and then she would sit up. I don't know if you're like, my baby can sit and crawl and everything. And she would just, Riley, what are you doing? Oh, you're just changing the TV. She would sit up. So every time she was about to go to sleep, she would sit herself up. I'm like, this girl, every time. So we went in there and we have to push her back, lay her back down and put her passing it and like console her. And then you leave, and then 5 minutes later you come back. And so it was just like a really long night. Well, from 7 to 8. And she finally fell asleep at 8 o'clock sitting up. She was literally sitting up in her crib like this, and she fell asleep. I was like, and then Tay went in there, laid her down, and she was asleep. So I mean, she did sleep pretty good. So she did sleep from 8 p.m. to till midnight, and I fell asleep because my husband was like, "No, I'm so tired." I'm like, "It's been." Hey, I'm on a video. Okay, well, not for much longer. I told them they could watch a video, but I was gonna go live on. So I'm about done anyways because I got to take Asher to school. But I was like, I got to share this because like I feel like man, I feel like my first 2 videos I'm like, oh, it's gonna be great, it's gonna be easy, and then I'm like, third day I'm like, shoot, I thought it was gonna be easy, but you know what? It's a 14-day process, right? Like I'm just so like I mean, I should have expected it to be, I expected it to be harder. So when the first day wasn't hard, I was like, oh, this is great. And now when the third day got hard, I go, oh, this is not so fun. Anyway, she fell asleep. And drink that coffee, it will get easier. Oh, what?
That was in that bathroom?
Yeah.
I'm just doing with my coffee.
Oh yeah, you're fine. Okay, so I'll finish really quick. But so she fell asleep sleeping. She sat up, she fell asleep sitting up. She slept from 8 to 12. And then at midnight, I was sleeping, so my husband took care of it. Like, he's amazing. And so he went in there at midnight, and I heard her, though, because I have my app on my phone, and so I sleep next to it. So I'm waking up when she cries. But I was so tired. I took sleepy tea last night because I literally needed to knock out, and I slept so good. Thank you, Lord. I mean, I slept pretty good considering I woke up, and so I think she woke up at 12, and Tay went in and consoled her. She went back to sleep, and she slept till 6. But she slept till 6. It was like 5:57. I said, wait, girl, normally you sleep till 7. What's going on? So I think that first nap, that second nap threw her off. Like it threw off her nighttime routine. It threw off. And then she didn't sleep as long. So I don't know. Obviously, I'm not like a pro at sleep training, but we are trying.
Hydrate.
We don't have any hydrate. We're out. I'm waiting.
Reds?
Yeah, once I'm done with this video. Give me a few minutes. So my girl woke up at 6, and I'm not used to waking up at 6 in the morning. So this is why I'm like, oh my God, I need coffee. I think I was like a zombie for the first hour. I'm like, are you joking? Is this a joke? It's 6 a.m.? Like, I don't know how to wake up in the morning. I'm used to wake up at 9, which is, I know. But like I would take, you guys, we had really bad sleep habits because I would take her out of the thing and I would go back to bed. We normally wake up at 8:30. I used to anyways. I don't anymore, but I would take her from the crib and I would put her on the boob, or in the pack and play, I put her on the boob and we would go back to sleep together. This was before we even like started sleep training and stuff. So it's like, I'm used to sleeping in with her just like an hour at least. So it's like, I just wasn't, anyways, that threw me off. So then at 6 a.m. hey, stop. This is why I need coffee. This is great. So, she woke up at 6 a.m. and she was ready to go back to sleep because she's obviously really tired, but she just like wouldn't go back to sleep. So I got her out of the crib. Hey, I need a few minutes. And, sorry, I totally lost my train of thought. What was I going to say? 6 a.m. So then I fed her milk and we played, and then I fed her breakfast. She had food for breakfast. she loves to eat in her high chair. So we sat in her high chair for a while, and then the boys entertained her for a while, and then now she went down at a nap, and she literally knocked out, and she's napping right this second, and she went down at 8:40. So she's been napping for like 15 minutes, which is why I came on the video to make this video so I could document it for moms that are gonna go through this too. I'm like, dude, I know it's gonna be worth it. Like, I know, because I've seen like already it's improved. And so then I think about last night. I'm like, okay, she slept from 8 to 12. That's 4 hours. And then she slept from 12 to 6. So she got a 4-hour stretch and a 6-hour stretch. So she still slept 10 hours. I mean, with a little pat in the middle. So it's like she still is sleeping better than she was before. I just don't know why. Oh, I have to tell you too. Yesterday, she woke up in the morning and she had a tooth. Her tooth broke through. So I was thinking during night 1 or night 2, I think it was during night 2, her tooth popped out, like broke through. So if she could sleep 12 hours during the first or second day and get a tooth, like her tooth literally, she now has like a little, it's just a tiny, but it broke through. So it's like, I was thinking about it and I said, you know what, maybe she is going through some teething pain right now. So which could be causing some of this, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but if she could get a tooth during night 1, night 2 and still sleep 12 hours, like this sleep training works. So our schedule is, so now today is a different day and I don't know exactly how to do this when the schedule is off, because I'm like, I've just been trying to follow the schedule. Obviously I'm assuming like the schedule, you just follow it lightly, but, it's a new schedule because now she's down at 8:40 when before she went to bed in the last 2 days, she went to nap at 10 to 11. So you can come back tomorrow. I'll record day 4 to see how it's going to go. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm just going to we're just going to obviously wing it. And I feel like at the end of the 14 days, I'm assuming we'll have more of like an idea of her schedule, or you know what I'm saying, or like sleepy cues and stuff. So I don't know. So I still recommend sleep training, even though we're going through it right now and I'm tired just because I woke up really early, but actually I'm feeling better now. I'm halfway through this cup of coffee, but I am recommending it. It was really hard. Not gonna lie. It was hard last night because I was like, why is she not going to sleep? And then the nap time was hard, but she is sleeping better. I mean, even though we're still having a little hard time, she's still sleeping better than the bad habits that we had before. So pros and cons, I suppose. I was like, I gotta make this video because now people are gonna, if people start sleep training with like, if they saw my review and they're like, oh, that's gonna be so easy. And then I'm like, oh my God, this is not, I mean, it's easy. Like, it's not easy. I don't know. Like, I don't want you to like go into it and be like, I feel like I had really like, my expectation was so high. I was so pumped for it. And I still am pumped for it. It's just like everything. And then you have to realize everything in life takes work. You know what I'm saying? Like everything worthwhile takes work. Right? Anything great is gonna take some action. Like nothing, no, what's that saying is that nothing great comes easy. And so I think sometimes like you just have to adjust your expectations. And so now I'm just like, okay, 14 days, it's just gonna be a process. So I'll keep the reviews coming. I did upload this to YouTube, so it's gonna be great. So see you later.